It's about a huge shift in thinking, away from trying to drink from the fire hose and towards learning how to turn it off. Okay, so that's the problem. It is huge, it is systemic, and it's literally wired into our brains. But there is a powerful solution. It's about a huge shift in thinking, away from trying to drink from the fire hose and towards learning how to turn it off. This is the power of ignoring. So the formal term for this, which comes from researchers at places like Stanford, is critical ignoring. And let's be clear, this is not about being ignorant. It's about being strategic. It's the active, conscious choice of where you're going to invest your very limited attention. You can think of it as the essential skill that has to come before you can even begin to think critically. And they've broken it down into 3 core, really practical techniques. First is self-nudging. That just means changing your digital world. Turn off notifications, hide distracting apps and folders. Make it just a little bit harder to get sucked in. Second is something called lateral reading, which is a total game changer we'll get to in a sec. And third, a simple rule for online sanity. Do not feed the trolls. Don't argue, just disengage, block, report, and get on with your life. So about that lateral reading thing, this is what professional fact-checkers do, and it's brilliant. See, most of us, the amateurs, we read vertically. We land on a weird-looking website and we try to figure out if it's legit by clicking on its About Us page. The pros, they do the exact opposite. The second they land on an unfamiliar site, they immediately open new tabs and ask the rest of the internet, hey, who are these guys? They investigate the messenger before they even start to look at the message. It is so much faster and way more effective. Okay, so we have the techniques, but do they actually work? Is this just a nice idea? Well, the evidence says yes, absolutely. And the results are pretty stunning. We actually can reclaim our minds. Now, just take a look at this. A 2025 Georgetown study had people do a simple 2-week digital detox. And the result? The improvements they saw in their mental health, in their anxiety and depression levels, were larger than the typical effects you see from taking antidepressant medication. Just 2 weeks of being intentional about ignoring things had a more powerful, positive effect. That's incredible. And this isn't just an individual thing either. Big organizations and even entire countries are starting to build critical ignoring right into their policies. You've got Volkswagen, who literally shuts off their email servers 30 minutes after a shift ends. Daimler just auto-deletes emails that are sent to employees while they're on vacation. And France? They have a national right to disconnect law, giving people the legal right to ignore their boss after hours. And look, we all need to get good at this stuff, and fast, because the rise of synthetic media is making this skill pretty much non-negotiable. Just look at the insane growth of deepfakes, from 500,000 to 8 million in just a couple of years. With fraud losses expected to hit $40 billion, we are getting to a point where you literally can't trust what you see and hear online.